So what things should you consider when preparing a business or building for a cold weather event? Well, first, what is a cold weather event? A cold weather event could be rain with following freezing temperatures. It could be snow, it could be ice, any of those things. Any instance where your plan will include the application of ice melt and/or plowing and clearing. So, things to consider. The first thing is having a plan for matting. One of the biggest issues that we see is people don't have a plan to implement proper matting procedures. Proper matting procedures are relatively simple, making sure that there are adequate mats so that people can remove moisture and dirt from their feet, and salt, of course, as they walk into a facility so they don't track that material onto the surface of the floor past the matting. Having a plan in place to clean the matting either during or after the event, and having a plan to maintain that matting and inspect the matting during the event. This is all really simple, but also really important and not always completed. It's also important to make sure that the people who will be doing the work understand what they need to do. So just having a plan in place isn't enough. Communicating that plan to the proper people to make sure that it's executed is critically important. So what other things do we consider when we prepare a building or facility for a cold weather event? One common practice is to put salt near the entrances. While this is not a bad idea and gives the ability to any employee to mitigate icy conditions, it is not a replacement for inspection and treatment of those areas. Having a plan in place to make sure that someone is inspecting and has the ability to treat outside entrances and walkways is critically important. Making sure that plan is communicated to the proper people and making sure that there's a management plan in place as well to confirm during those events and following those events that those actions are being taken. Other things that we include are the consideration for cleaning. As you do have mats that are going to be dirty and things that may be tracked in like salt and calcium chloride into a facility, it's important to consider that the inspections of the facility include not just the outside and the matting, but also the area inside the facility. So, how can Moore Engineering help with being ready for cold weather events? Well, if you're concerned about your cleaning methods or any aspect of managing the floor maintenance procedures for your facility, a walkway safety audit can often be the answer for ensuring that all the protocols are in place and materials are in place to properly clean and maintain your floors. And also providing slip resistance testing to understand in what areas special care should be taken, or maybe even something should be done to increase traction. Looking at your cleaning methods to make sure that they include the ability to remove contaminants such as salt, and also include proper mopping and cleaning procedures to avoid leaving residual polymerization of cleaners on the floor that could cause issues that are exacerbated during winter weather events. Do these same principles apply for wet weather events that don't involve freezing? Yeah, they do. Considering matting and making sure that matting is appropriate and there's a plan to replace or dry out the matting during a wet event, just rain, not freezing rain necessarily. The concerns are similar and the practices are similar, but having that plan in place and making sure the people that are going to be executing that plan both have the materials and understand what the plan is and why is critically important.